आज आपके सामने हैं जूलियस सीजर नोवेल के एक्ट 3 सीन 1 के क्वेश्चन आंसर्स, साथ में मल्टीपल चॉइस क्वेश्चंस भी। तो सबसे पहले शुरू करते हैं मल्टीपल चॉइस क्वेश्चन को। फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन, सीजर कंपेयर हिमसेल्फ टू द, आंसर इज नॉर्दर्न स्टार। सेकंड क्वेश्चन, सीजर ले डेड एट द बेस ऑफ स्टैचू ऑफ पोम्पाई। थर्ड क्वेश्चन, आफ्टर द मर्डर ऑफ सीजर एंटनी runs to his house amazed. Fourth question, Antony is allowed to speak in the funeral of Caesar on the following condition. एंटोनी को सीजर के फनरल में बोलने के लिए एक ही कंडीशन थी कि वो सिर्फ तभी बोलेगा जब उससे पहले ब्रूटस अपनी बात कहेगा। ही विल स्पीक ओनली आफ्टर द ब्रूटस हैज स्पोकन। फिफ्थ क्वेश्चन, एंटनी एड्रेस सीजर्स डेड बॉडी एस bleeding piece of earth. Sixth question, at the end of the scene the servant informed Antony of the arrival of Octavius. नेक्स्ट आते हैं क्वेश्चन आंसर्स पर। फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन, व्हाट डज सीजर आंसर टू द पीपल हु वांट टू हिम टू रीड देयर सूट? हु डज सीजर गेट अनॉयड विथ? व्हाई? आंसर है सीजर डिसमिस Artemidorus' suit, saying his personal matter will be addressed last. He get annoyed with Artemidorus for persistently arguing him to read the letter immediately, as Caesar is focused on his own concern. Second question, what does Populus say to Cassius? What does Cassius get tensed? What does he instruct Casca to do? Populus wishes Cassius success in his enterprise. This statement makes Cassius nervous. In response, Cassius tells Casca to stand behind him and be ready for anything during their meeting with Caesar. What makes Brutus tell Cassius to be calm? Answer is, Brutus tells Cassius to stay calm because Populus Lina's smile suggests that their plot has not been discovered, easing Brutus' concern about their conspiracy being exposed. Who take Antony out of the way? Why? What is the Metellus Cimber suit to Caesar? State 3 instance to show Caesar high-handed is not granting Metellus Cimber suit. Answer is, Trebonius removed Antony as a part of the plot to kill Caesar. Metellus Cimber asked Caesar to lift his brother's banishment, but Caesar dismissed him, insist on his unchangeable decision, and refuse of reconsider, showing his stubbornness. Next question, what does Caesar compare himself to in the blank in the extract? How does he compare himself to the object? Mention to quality, Caesar boasts himself about himself. Caesar compared himself to the northern star, boasting about his constancy, emphasis, and he remains unchanging like the reliable celestial body. He also claimed a sense of supremacy, suggesting there is no equal to his greatness in the firmament. What is the question second? What is the outcome of Caesar high-handed? Who strike Caesar first? Who strike him last? The outcome of Caesar's high-handedness is the assassination by the conspirator. Casca strikes Caesar first and Brutus strikes him last. Next question. What are Caesar's famous words before he fall? What is the significance of his last word? Answer is, before falling, Caesar say, "And you, Brutus," showing his surprise and hurt that even his friend is a part of the betrayal. It adds drama and highlights the depth of the betrayal. Fourth question, what is the reaction of the people when Caesar fall? How does Brutus try to appease these people? Answer is, when Caesar fall, people are shocked. To calm them, Brutus says Caesar's ambition was dangerous for Rome, and though he loved Caesar, he loved Rome more, justifying the assassination for the great good. Next question, how does Brutus show that he has performed an honorable deed? What does it tell us about Brutus? Answer is, Brutus thinks he did the right thing by stopping Caesar's potential tyranny. He tells the crowd he loved Rome more than Caesar and wanted to prevent him from being a dictator. This shows that Brutus is willing to make tough choice for what he believes in best for Rome, even if it means personal sacrifice. Next paragraph. Question number 1. Who is the speaker and what does the speaker want to conspirator to do after this action? Answer is Cassius is saying, bend down, dip your hand in Caesar's blood and make your sword messy. He wants them to show they were part of killing Caesar, making it clear they all play a role in the conspiracy. Second question. What does Caesar where does Caesar lie dead? What does Cassius want to lead? Caesar lies dead at the base of Pompey's statue. Cassius wants Brutus to lead, expressing his desire for Brutus to take a prominent role in the leadership that follows Caesar's assassination. Third question. Who entered after the extract? Why has the person come there? What has he been asking to do? What has the person been ordered to tell Brutus? Answer is after the provide extract, Antony's servant enter. He has come to deliver a message from Antony, who seeks assurance of safety from Brutus. Antony's servant has been ordered to tell Brutus that Antony wishes to speak with him. Brutus has to vouchsafe guarantee Antony's safety, and Antony's message is that if you assure safety, he will come and explain why Caesar deserved to die. Fourth question. What does Brutus assure the person? Answer is Brutus assures Antony's servant that Antony will be safe and allowed to speak if he comes to meet them. Passage 4, question number 1. What does Antony wish for? Why does he make such a wish? Answer is Antony wishes harm upon the conspirators and avenge Caesar's death. Caesar's death. He makes this wish because he is secretly plotting to turn the Roman citizen against the conspirator during his funeral speech, using it as an opportunity to manipulate public opinion. Second question. What reason does Brutus give for not granting Antony's wish? How does he justify to Antony the reason for murdering Caesar? Answer is Brutus does not allow Antony to speak at Caesar's funeral because he is afraid Antony might turn the crowd against them. To justify Caesar's murder, Brutus explained that it was done for the good of Rome to prevent Caesar's ambition action from harming the Republic. Next question. How does Brutus try to convince Antony that they will no ill will towards him? What does Antony do to extend his hand of friendship toward the conspirator? What is the Antony's ulterior motive is in doing so? Answer is Brutus tells Antony that they don't kill Caesar out of the personal spite, but for the good of Rome. Antony acts friendly by praising Brutus and asking to speak at Caesar's funeral. However, his real plan is to sway the crowd against the conspirator during his speech. Fourth question. What does Antony compare Caesar and the conspirator to? How does Antony win the confidence of the conspirators? Answer is Antony compares Caesar to a deer and the conspirator to the hunter who have betrayed and killed the deer. To win the confidence of the conspirator, Antony pretends to be aligned with them and speak positively about their action, using sarcasm and manipulation to conceal his true intention. What request does Antony make? Who object to his request? Was the person who objected sound in judgment of Antony? Answer is Antony asked to speak at Caesar's funeral, but Brutus disagreed, worrying that Antony could cause trouble. While Brutus has appointed Antony later speech, so he was right in to be concerned. Paragraph 5, question number 1. Why does Antony refer to the Caesar's body, though bleeding piece of earth? Who does he call butcher? Antony called Caesar's body a bleeding piece of earth to express the brutality of his murder. He called the conspirator butchers because they are the one responsible for killing Caesar, highlighting their ruthless action. Second question. When, why and how had Antony been meek and gentle with this butcher? What trait of Antony's character do you assess by this action? Answer is Antony acted meek and gentle with the people who killed Caesar right after his death to avoid trouble. He pretended to be their friend during Caesar's funeral speech, showing his cleverness in the handling tricky situation. Third question. What does Antony prophesy on the wound of Caesar, who will roam about to take revenge? Does Antony prophecy come true, and how? Answer is Antony said Caesar's wound would cry out for revenge, and a vengeful spirit, Caesar's ghost, would wander around. This prophecy come true when Octavius and Antony defeat the conspirators in the Battle of Philippi. Fourth question. Who enter after Antony Seleucus? What news does the people bring? After Antony speak alone, a servant come in with news. The servant said that Octavius Caesar, Julius' adopted son, is on his way to Rome. He is not far away, just 7 leagues. Fifth question. What does Antony tell the people to convey to the person who has sent them? What two things does Antony request from the person to do at the end of the scene? Answer is Antony tell Octavius' servant to inform Octavius that Rome is mourning and dangerous. He asked the servant to stay close for the night. At the scene end, Antony requests the servant to quickly report to Octavius and stay until Antony addresses the people in the marketplace. तो यहाँ पर हमारे ये टोटल आंसर कंप्लीट होते हैं. मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में नेक्स्ट बुक सॉल्यूशन में, यानी सीन सेकंड में.